Hi YouTube, Watchify here with another video. Let's say you're in the market for a dressy looking Citizen automatic watch. You've heard a lot of buzz about this Tsuyosa NJ0150 line, but maybe you've also heard of the good looking NB1050 line. Which one should you go for? Well, beyond the similar model designations, these two watches share other similarities, but are not without some significant differences, which I'll also go over. When it comes to price, on eBay the Tsuyosa NJ0150 sell for about $250 to $260, while the NB1050 line sells for around $385. That's a price difference of over $100, so what makes the NB1050 more expensive, since the watches look pretty similar from afar? Their packaging is similar, with the Tsuyosa coming in the standard Citizen black and white box, and the NB1050 coming in an all black box and a black pillow. When it comes to the case, the Tsuyosa is 2mm larger with its 40mm case width. It is also about 1mm thicker. The case shapes are very different, as the Tsuyosa has some sharp angles to it. The higher level of finishing on the NB1050 is visible, as you get a brushed look on the sides and top of the lugs and polishing elsewhere, while on the Tsuyosa the sides of the case are polished while only the top of the case has some finishing. With the Tsuyosa you get a recessed 4 o'clock crown that is more difficult to operate than the prominent 3 o'clock crown on the NB1050, and both are unsigned, by the way. Both watches have see-through screw-down case backs, but the Tsuyosa's appears to be larger. Also notably, the bezel on the NB1050 is flatter and wider, and its case has a Duratect coating which is supposed to make it more resistant to scratches. Neither are diving watches, of course, but you get more water resistance with the NB1050 over the Tsuyosa's 50 meters of water resistance. The dial, indices, and hands are all pretty similar, but you start to notice finer details when you look closer at the NB1050. You get an applied Citizen logo, a framed date window, and the hour and the minute hands have a polished and a finished side to them, which adds a nicer look. This extends to the bar-shaped applied indices that are not lume-filled like the Tsuyosa's, but rather look sculpted with finely polished angular sides. Both watches have lume dots above the indices, sunburst finished dials, and an outer minute track on the dial. Getting back to the lume on the NB1050s, they have a bluish color, while the Tsuyosa's appears green. They both have flat sapphire crystals, but you, of course, will notice the raised magnifier on the Tsuyosa, which without it would be pretty difficult to see the date with its smaller sized date window. When it comes to the movements, inside both are Miyota automatics, with the Tsuyosa being caliber 8210 and the NB1050 having caliber 9011. The 9011 beats at a higher 28,800 beats per hour, and that results in a slightly smoother second hand sweep than the more common 21,600 beats per hour of the 8210 movement. Also, the 9011 has 3 more joules in its movement than the 8210's 21. The automatic rotors on these movements are unidirectional, with the Tsuyosa's being counterclockwise spinning, while the rotor on the NB1050 spins clockwise. Power reserves are similar, with the Tsuyosa's 8210 having 3 more hours with 45. In terms of movement decoration, you will see a prominent gold coloring on the Tsuyosa, while the NB1050 is all stainless steel, but does have a nice looking skeletonized rotor and striped finishing on the bridge. Comparing the bracelets, I feel you get a higher quality of bracelet on the NB1050. The links are flatter and simpler, and I think it complements the watch nicely. It also has a milled out lower clasp, while the Tsuyosa's is stamped fold over metal, but the larger Tsuyosa class has an extra micro adjustment hole, which I appreciate. The Tsuyosa's bracelet has prominent polishing on the center of the raised links, and probably most significantly, this bracelet's end link is less standard than the NB1050's 19mm end link. Its integrated look means far less strap change options on the Tsuyosa as compared to the NB1050. In terms of availability, the Tsuyosa is widely available and can be found on the Citizen USA website. The NB1050 can't be found there because it's a Japanese domestic market or JDM model meant for sale in Japan. Even so, you can still find them and purchase them online and have it shipped to you. If you buy a JDM watch from an online seller, your warranty will likely be impacted if something happens to the watch beyond the, for example, 30-day seller return window. There's a chance your local Citizen service center might not honor the warranty. So is the extra that you pay for the NB1050 worth it? I would say yes. You get a higher beat movement with more decoration, the Duratec coating on the case, double the water resistance, finer visual elements on the dial, a more usable crown, and a higher quality bracelet. Its downside over the Tsuyosa is that you have to buy the NB1050 from an overseas seller, and it being JDM brings uncertainties if you ever needed to file a warranty claim. The Tsuyosa is still a great watch, and I've been enjoying mine. There are more vibrant dial color options with the Tsuyosa, and that influenced me in terms of buying this nice looking yellow dialed variant. You really can't go wrong with either watch, I feel, and I enjoy having both of them in the collection. That's going to be it for this video. If you found it helpful or interesting, feel free to leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. I, of course, wanted to thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video.